Yo, I feel like we know conceptual camp. I feel like we know camp conceptual. We get it. In the sense of it's something conceptual, it's written down and there's an idea about it, but we make it camp. And I feel like we get that. So there's an angle, there are different shapes, but the is camp. So it's camp conceptual. Camp conceptual. So now I'm trying to think about conceptual camp. I feel like in the way of the main thing that the thing is camp. But it's conceptual in the campiness. Girl. Or the campiness is happening in the conceptual space, but the is still camp. I feel like it's gotta be a halfway thing. Is the only way I can understand it. And it just exists in a threshold. Girl. Instead of this is the concept and the camp is back here, which is not useful because you don't see it. This is the camp, but the concept is back here. And then there's all this information that is behind the campiness, which is no less important to the meaning of what it is, which is camp. But it's like the concept is inside the stomach here being digested all the time. And it's trying to format itself so that there's a base for this. And I wonder if in the middle of all the noise that's going on over there, these ideas are just over here kind of staying hidden and making the statement when it needs to be, making the statement when it needs to happen. But what is their actual utility? Are the ideas actually digesting here? Girl. Are they actually being transformed while the camp is happening? Or is this just a thing that is actually closed and I say this is conceptual, but what I'm actually doing is this. And then I put this door back here that has a frame that apparently exists in a very clear, concise way, and I say that this shit here is conceptual. Is it that? You might be just that, girl. I mean, what is conceptual camp? What is it? Like, is it that you take the stuff from there and you throw it here, mix it around, take the campiness, blow it, and then it bursts out, girl, and it's camp? Because I feel like conceptual camp we get. It's camp and it means something. It's clearly camp, but it means something. Not like this. This doesn't mean anything. But if it did, that would be conceptual camp. Camp conceptual, however, girl, is okay. This is happening as a realization of an idea, and I make it camp somehow. Which in the end, am I saying that it is just about doing something and then I make it camp? Girl. Is there a difference between the two? Is it a conceptual thing that we make it camp, or is it a camp thing that we make conceptual? And why do we make it conceptual in the first place? Like, is it just to have the validation of the existence of the door and what's behind it? Is it just about, girl, the door itself, or the stuff that's back here actually means something? While you're doing all that, are these ideas back here actually useful? And are they actually planted? Or am I just putting this shit over here, but this shit back here Girl, it's actually just that. You might be just that, girl. Are you actually just that? You might be. You might be just that, girl. You are great, but you are a mannequin with a mask, with a helmet, with a food tray for animals, whatever you call that. In a diagonal angle with the sunlight hitting it. Being a form in space. Girl, I don't know how to tell you this, but you are not camp conceptual, you are camp. I don't even know if you're camp, to be honest. I don't even know. I think somebody just put you there with this thing in front of you and, girl, there's no concept here. I know. There's no concept here. This is barely camp. Is what it is.